What did you draw from that last possession? It's not ever come to fruition. What was on that last play?
Well, we'll learn a lot from that. We got a play we call triple, and we were looking for of course, a 3-point shot to tie it up. And Becca, being a freshman, you know, she shouldn't have been in that position, but we had enough confidence in her to give her the ball. And Bria flared, and we didn't see her. She was in the dead corner wide open. We didn't see her, which was a good read on Bria, but there was about 3 or 4 kids that converged on Becca. And when they did, you know, she didn't panic. She was trying to keep them from getting the basketball, but she just didn't pick her up. But that wasn't a difference in the ball game. But, you know, as a freshman handling the ball, and I'm kind of proud of her, to be honest with you. She did a good job.
How you mentioned the turnovers. How important was that first half run when Shanice got?
It's big. It's big. You know. They got 2 or 3 little. They didn't have to work real hard to get baskets, and when they did, you know, we were able to do a pretty good job defending. I thought early in the first half, Micah Jones got loose. I don't think she did anything in the second half. The first half, she got 9 points, and you know, we had to sub out there, and I thought that was a difference in the first half with her doing what she did. And then Goose just had her way. She just did what she wanted to do the first half. Second half, we did a better job defending her. Most of the second half, Becca Reuter was on her, so I thought Becca, being a freshman, did a pretty good job with her.
Wrestled a lot of contact, go both ways. At what point did you talk to your girls about how much they were going to fight through contact?
Well, displacement is not called. I mean, they just don't call it. I mean, we're told early in the season we got to look at a DVD, and it says if we don't, then we get fined. And one of the points of emphasis is displacement. And you're not supposed to be able to hand check out front. You're not supposed to be able to move a post player off of the block or wherever they want to go once they get settled, us or them. I thought that was what I was saying, you know. When we tried to come across the lane, it was riding them up the lane. So, you know, I thought that should have been called, but it wasn't called either way, so it wasn't. We were displacing too. So we were as guilty as they were, so it wasn't called either way. So, you know, officials did a good job calling the game.
How disappointing is it for you personally to have this big winning streak come to this Western? How frustrating is that to have that 12-game streak come to an end?
Frustrating. It's not, you know, it's not frustrating. I mean, you know, we've won, what, 17 or 18 times? I don't really know. Somebody had it in their game notes. How many times, Tony?
16.
Won 16 times or 12. What is it?
You won 16 out of
16, okay. But, you know, they didn't give any trophies away out there today. We got to learn from this and go. We felt like going into this game we was going to have to win the tournament anyway to get into the NCAA tournament. So, you know, we had a chance. They played a good game. We had a chance. We missed a wide open 1 or 2 footer there that we usually hit, and you know, maybe next time we'll hit that thing.
Does this game give you any bearing on where your team stands going into the latter part of the season, going into conference tournament?
You know, I feel like, you know, you got 2 good teams there. I think two of the best teams in the conference. I know Southern Miss has beat us twice and beat them once, but I still think that, you know, you got 2 of the better teams here. Southern Miss has got to be one of them. I think UAB is also one of them. And La Tech's not bad when they're full speed. So, you know, as far as we're concerned, I think we're in pretty good shape right now. I mean, we've lost 3 games in the conference, and we're going to get a at-large bid. So we're not going to have to play on Wednesday, and Western's not either. So that's probably, I guess, the biggest thing we can look forward to right now would be that. We get to go in and we get to wait a day. But it doesn't matter who you're going to play. Last year, the last place team won a game, and then the next to the last place team won 2 games, which is FIU, and played us right to the end, and very well could have been in the finals. So the same thing's going to hold true in this tournament. You're going to see some upsets.
Coach, that game had an NCAA tournament feel to it from the tip. Are both of those teams NCAA tournament teams in your opinion?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I'm glad to see the Western people finally come out. You know, the last 3 or 4 times we come up here, it's been an empty gym. You know, these people up here's got some passion for the game of basketball, and they got a good women's team. They need to come and support it. You know, she's doing a good job. Kids are playing hard. You know, that was a good crowd out there. No, I was glad to see that. You know, anytime we can grow the game of women's basketball, we need to grow it. And, you know, right now in this conference, there's two programs that grow the game, and that's y'all and us. And, you know, we need to continue to do that and expand our crowd support and expand y'all's crowd support.
Any other questions?
Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you.